Hi everyone, so yes, I'm here to represent Arteris, and I'm going to be talking, like Crystal said, about how to connect and how to secure, this is the new thing for us, your RISC-V design. So I'm sure many of you already know us. We are known for being the pioneer of network on chip. We pride ourselves for having more than 200 customers, 9 out of the top 10. I'm not going to give you the pleasure of telling you who's missing, and we're working on it. We're getting closer and closer to 1,000 design starts. We've got more than 100 patents, 4 billion SoCs in the field. We're publicly traded, and we now have more than 300 employees worldwide. So enough with the facts. Let me tell you a little bit about our DNA. Our DNA in the company, everybody is focusing on connectivity, whether it's done through hardware IP or EDA software. The value proposition is giving you access to the most state-of-the-art technology in order to accelerate your design, achieve your very high performance goals, and also improve economics. There's a lot of people who take a chance at building their own NOC, and it's becoming very complicated nowadays. It's a lot of instances, and more often than not, they come to us for help. We've been doing that a lot with the RISC-V ecosystem. A lot of joint customers within this. If you paid attention, we were mentioned a couple of times this morning, and there's a lot of logo you will see were in common with the ones you just saw the previous slide. We've got dozens of design wins, some of them to RISC-V system, some of them involving multi-die, some of them involving mesh AI accelerator, as you heard multiple times today. A lot of the people leveraging RISC-V are doing it for AI accelerator, and we do help with that with those large meshes. Portfolio, so I mentioned it's connectivity, hardware way, and a software way. Those are the hardware products we have. So FlexWave, FlexNoC, FlexGen, those are state-of-the-art non-coherent network on chip. FlexGen is the latest addition, so a product we introduced last year. So here it's all about physical awareness. It's about automating the topology based on your performance target and your floor plan. CODA cache at the bottom is the optional last level cache. And when you need a fully coherent system, this is our flagship M-Core that comes into the picture. And as you will see, we've worked with NDIS to make sure we have full interoperability between M-Core and the NDIS cores. EDA, so we've had a full methodology revolving around IP exact through the Magillem platform. Magillem connectivity is all about connecting your IPs. Magillem registers is about bringing up your RTL for your CSRs and the C code that comes with this. All of this to ease the deployment of your SoC. Last but not least, this is something new for us. A few weeks ago, we acquired a company called Cycrity, and this time it's all about cybersecurity, but the hardware way. The product here is called Radix. It's got 3 flavors, S, M, and ST. The S is for simulation, M, emulation, ST, static. I'll talk a little bit more about it. So while historically Arteris has been very strong in mobile, that's how it all started, we've been riding multiple waves over time. Those waves are the AI, obviously, and like I said, a lot of success with RISC-V and this in this area. Chiplets, where we are doing 2 different types of initiatives where we make sure we deliver proprietary solutions which provide the best performance, but we also are coming up with truly interoperable solutions that may not be completely the best, but that are enabling a complete ecosystem which is relevant for automotive. Talking about automotive, Arteris has been putting a lot of effort, heuristically 10 years ago, to make sure that we are complying with the requirements of safety ISO 26262. And today I'm going to be focusing on this in this session because that's what the track is about. So automotive, you can find our product in a lot of different products, going all the way from the simplest microcontrollers on the left that typically use non-coherent NOCs, through infotainment system that may be involving coherent system within cores, clusters of CPUs, accelerators of multiple sorts, all the way to extremely complex autonomous system, ADAS system, where this time on top of the compute cores, you've got the AI accelerator, again, more often than not in the form of the large mesh. So if we look at a typical or rather complex system that would be leveraging our solution, that would be made of a combination of coherent NOCs within core, non-coherent system, FlexGen, FlexNoC, FlexWay, and a lot of peripherals. And typically, we see dozens and dozens of NOCs, so that's why the complexity comes into the pictures, and we help with automation. You may have a last level cache like highlighted in light blue, and also you can have your coherent system spread across chiplet. You can have your non-coherent system also spread around chiplet, which again is a key element for the success of chiplet in the automotive system. A lot of expectations here. So if I come back on this one, obviously, the thing I should be mentioning, obviously, if we're talking about automotive, those products need to come with all the safety requirements for ISO 26262. So we do things like code replication, full encryption of the data paths and other things with firewalls, for instance. And we are providing a solution that can adapt to both ASIL-B and ASIL-D, which resonates well with the need of the customer and what NDIS provides. And we have, for instance, Core certified through Exida. We've got our EDA software platform also certified for ISO 262 by TÜV Süd. So historically, we've been doing well, like I was saying, in automotive with safety. But there's been a lot of people who have been asking us, what are you doing for security? And recently, this year, we worked on filling up that gap with the acquisition of Cyprity. So when it comes to cyber attacks, historically, there's been a lot of activity in software, a strong software focus. In 2024 alone, there's been close to 12 billion investment just to address this threat. In 2018, if you look at the bottom right, that's the year where you heard of Spectre meltdown, which introduced a new class of vulnerabilities that was affecting the modem microprocessor that were using speculative execution and branch prediction. So this was a wake-up call for the industry. If you look at the graph on the top right, this is the number of common vulnerabilities that are issued by NIST. So in the 2010s, they were coming with a few dozens every year, and starting in 2018, 2020, it's been growing every year, a lot more topics to be addressed, a lot more, a lot bigger attack surface, and now we've got more than 500 new vulnerabilities being introduced every year. So how do we address this? So through the acquisition of Cyprity, we have this product called Radix. So Radix leverage a patented proprietary solution that aims at tracking the secure access in your scenario, so through simulation, emulation, on a static manner. So what it does for you, it not only addresses problems that are, can be seen just by looking at the hardware alone, but also in conjunction with the firmware. The beauty of this solution is, if you look at the inventory of the weaknesses that can use the vulnerabilities that I mentioned from NIST, those weaknesses are being listed and they're being growing. The list is growing and is being maintained by an organization called MITRE. The beauty, again, of this technology is that it addresses, or it can cover 80% of those weaknesses. What we've been doing with RISC-V, we've been building a collection of scenarios to address ultimately all of them. So it's work in progress, and we are very happy to collaborate with NDIS in the future, and we will, I hope, be announcing some great achievement here. So in summary, when it comes to RISC-V, why would you be exploring Arteris? It basically revolves around three value propositions: the connectivity, so connectivity again of your IPs, in a hardware manner, but also in software. The unification, because We're dealing with a lot of protocol, a lot of new concepts, especially when it comes to chiplet, understanding the consequences of all the new protocols, etc. This is something Arteris is an expert at. And finally, de-risk. De-risk by the use of silicon-proven IPs, of course, but also by making sure you're reducing the surface attack for cybersecurity. If I focus on what we've been doing with NDs over the years, so we've been partners for the longest time. So we are both pioneers in what we're doing, RISC-V on one end, or NoC on one end. We're probably leaders in both areas. And we have been enjoying an alignment on the target segments. So we've been providing solutions for AI, ML, high-performance embedded, and automotive SoC. The thing we have done also, we've been working on a reference design. And if you look at the quote from Dr. Chalisu on the right, he was mentioning this Quilai SoC that you can see in the corridor. We brought the board here for you to see. And this is what it's about. It's a demonstrator where you can use to build your code. So it's made of the Arteris NoC along with CPU clusters and vector processors. So to summarize, what we do with this collaboration that we wish to maintain over the years with NDs is we bring a solution which is silicon-proven. That the whole idea here is to reduce the risk. I was joking with my counterpart at NDs that this morning I discovered again one joint customer we never heard of. So this is typically good news. It means it works by construction. That's a good thing to have. We also provide seamless assembly with the MagicM2, so not only a solution around IP, but a solution around software. And like I said, this new solution about cybersecurity that's going to help us address the needs of our automotive customers with ISO 21434. If you want to know more about this technology, I came here with some experts, especially around the new products, Radix, and they will be glad to answer your questions. Thank you very much.